I think in life, if you shine bright, you cast a shadow. And I don't think that it would be an intelligent outlook to think that you can become one of the most known Googled people on the planet without there being some degree of opposing force, which is going to try and damage your influence. So I think it's simply a side effect of my monumental success. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's not because I've done anything wrong. It's just what happens if you shine too brightly. This is what I believe. And there are some extremely motivated individuals who are trying to damage my life, not because I'm a bad person, not because I'm guilty of anything, but purely because of my influence. But I don't think that all in all this is Romania's fault. I think that when you reach a certain height anywhere in the world, certain things can happen. That's what I truly believe. And it's not only me. I'm not the only person in the world who's ever gone through this. I don't think it's about enemies. I think it's about you become a target for very ambitious people. And it can work from the legal side and the criminal side of the world. If I'm an extremely wealthy, well-known person, I'm a target for a mafia gang or a robbery gang or criminals. And you can also be a target for a prosecutor or someone else trying to make a career. So that's what happens when you become very large and you become very successful. I'm not the only person who suffered from this. I don't blame Romania for it. I have faith in the Romanian judicial system. I have faith in the judges to understand what's really happened and it all to be thrown away. I know what I've done and what I haven't done. God knows what I've done and what I haven't done. So I don't really think of it as enemies. I don't think these people are my enemies. I think you just become a large target at a certain level of influence, and that's the way the world works. It'd be very asinine and pretty childish for me to sit and think, I want to be extremely successful and I want to have all these amazing things in my life and I want to work very hard and everybody to know my name, and that's going to come with absolutely zero downside. I think that would be a pretty immature way to view the world. I think that there's balance, there's yin and yang, and there's a bunch of positives from fame and influence, and there's some negatives, and we've experienced some negatives, and all you can do is tell the truth and wait for the justice system to do its job. I love Romania and I love Romanian people, and I think that the Western world now is suffering massively and is in decline, and I think it's because they've adopted new think and woke ideologies which are destroying everything which is fundamental about the fabric of society. I think that families are destroyed. I think that the education system is teaching children things they shouldn't know. I think that society is getting more dangerous, crime rates increasing, price of living is increasing. I think that the Western world is suffering massively, and what I loved about Romania when I came here 7 years ago is that it's quite traditionally conservative minded. I hope Romania protects itself and protects its ideologies and stays a Christian country and makes sure that this new think, poisonous agenda is not widely adopted. We'll see as things happen over time, but I loved Romania. I think it's a beautiful country. It's got beautiful nature. It's safe, very safe place. I feel safe here, and I have nothing bad to say about it. The people have always been very friendly to me, very nice to me. I've never had any problems from Romania or with Romania ever. So I came here to visit and I just loved it, and I love the old-fashioned ideology of people. I kind of like that about the world, because I think in America now we have this new way of thinking, and it's genuinely insanity. I think people are on the borderline of insanity. But the truth is, Romanian news for a solid month, head to toe, was coverage of me and my brother saying we're bad people. 99% of people believe I'm innocent. I think everybody thinking believes I'm innocent. The sensationalism at the beginning, which was purported by the media, was an attempt to slander our name, and it was also an attempt to find some disgruntled person who disliked us from the past to join this case, which didn't happen. My brother and I spent 92 days in jail, 6 months on house arrest, all of our money taken, all of our things frozen, all of our cars gone. To say innocent until proven guilty, well, we've already been very severely punished, and we're continuing to be severely punished. Now I can't leave Bucharest. Okay. I have no need to rape anybody. And that's the thing that I think is pretty pertinently clear to the people at home. The rape was actually thrown out very early. I think it was in my first 30 days it was thrown out, because there's no evidence at all of it. It's just an accusation. So the rape was already thrown out. I have no need to rape anybody. I have no desire to rape anybody. Another thing I've actually realized through this whole process, I don't know of many Romanians, I don't think this is a phenomenon that happens so often in Romania, but in America, England, and these countries, rich, successful men being falsely accused of rape happens every day. I don't think in Romania, when a rich, successful man is accused of rape, do people realize that they're like, oh, this is unusual, this is a problem. But in England, this happens hundreds of times a week. Every footballer, every rapper, every movie star, anyone who's successful and rich gets accused of these things, and the population is far more likely to say, okay, whatever, because it happens all the time. It's an unfortunate side effect of being a wealthy, successful man. Ronaldo, during the World Cup, during the last World Cup, had 5 accusations of rape. He's trying to play the World Cup, and 5 girls appear saying he raped them years ago. It's just unfortunate, and it's something that happens.
So it's only about money, Andrew? Money.
I don't think it's only about money, but when you're a very successful man and you're financially successful, and a woman can't get the money from you she wants, it's very likely, or it's very common, unfortunately, in the West, for them to then accuse you of rape, or to say, well, at the time I wanted to be with him and I loved him and we had consensual sex, but now that he won't buy me handbags, I have now decided I didn't want to be with him, and now it's rape.
Was this your case?
Yeah, absolutely. Completely. If I wasn't a successful person, none of this would have happened. And that's another thing, right? We say human trafficking, you imagine people being tied up, chained, moved across borders, forced to do sexual work. My accusation is that, firstly, I don't understand how I can human traffic people from Bucharest. I mean, the two girls I'm accused of human trafficking are Romanians who've lived here their whole lives. They haven't gone anywhere. Traveled where? So that's the first thing that makes no sense at all. Secondly, they're saying I forced them.
But maybe going on the internet?
Well, I think for human trafficking, you have to transport somebody. These are people who are Romanian, born in Romania, and are still in Romania. So it doesn't even make any sense. It's certainly a reach. It's pretty desperate by the prosecution. They're trying to say that I told these girls how to make TikTok videos and I forced them to.
Did you?
Well, no. I gave advice on how to become famous on social media because I'm famous on social media.
I know. Everybody wants.
Everybody wants advice, right? So women come to me, men come to me. I said to the judge, I can give you examples of 100 men who I told what time to post on TikTok and what time to get famous on social media. Men and women come to me. And they're saying I did this for financial gain, but there's not a single shred of financials in the file. They haven't shown $1 that I've made from this. I was simply giving advice. And what happened was they attacked me. They threw me in a jail cell. They tried very hard to find something real didn't exist. So they are forced to charge me with what they have. And what they have is that I've helped two of my friends get famous on TikTok, and those two girls are saying we're not victims. I have to be fair to Romania, and I have to be fair that the guards were very professional. And I also think the guards were actually quite apologetic to me. The whole system, every police officer I interacted with, everybody had a degree of sorry. They were like, we're sorry, bro. Like, we're just doing our jobs. And I was like, I know, and I respect you, and you're just doing your job. But everybody understood I didn't belong there. Nobody from the beginning believed I was guilty. I wasn't treated hard like a criminal. They were professional and they did their jobs, but everybody understood really what's happening. And I believe God is the best of planners. And if he decided I needed a little bit of jail, then I will do a little bit of jail. And if he decides I need more, then I guess there's not much I can do about it. I'm not going to run away from this. I'm here to clear my name. I'm going to go through the entire process. Maybe a little bit of jail is good for a man. I'm not sure. I think men are designed to struggle. We're designed to go through hardship. I think life as a man is all about having bad things happen to you and get good at dealing with those bad things. And for a while, I had a pretty good life. You know, I had a very difficult upbringing, a very hard life. And then I had this 2 or 3 year period of lots of money and flying around in private jets, and everything was going pretty good.
And from that
to jail.
Handcuffs first.
Absolutely. And that's...
Did that scare you in that moment?
I don't operate in the realm of fear. It didn't scare me. I don't think fear is a healthy attitude for me to have in those situations. I think that there's yin and yang in the universe, there's light and dark, and God decided to give me a test, and it's very difficult for me to sit on the internet and say that I am top G and talk all these things about mental resilience and talk about men's mental health and helping men and talk about how strong my mind is and God not test me. God said, okay, you've told the world how strong your mind is, let's see how strong your mind is, and let's put you in jail. We never for a second considered doing anything crazy or running away or getting mad at Romania or being children. It's just part of life, unfortunately, and you have to go through it.
How much money do you have?
Officially, DCOT have everything. I'm poor.
Are you the richest man in Romania, as it is said?
I don't know. I know that.
But you know how much money do you have? For me, it's simple. I'm just checking my accounts and see exactly how much money I have.
Well, that's the thing that's interesting, right? Because there's a saying in English, if you know what you have, then you don't have much. That's what they say. Because at certain levels, at certain echelons of income and finance, you don't know what you have. So DCOT has seized about 15 million euro, I think, from me, and that's their prerogative. I mean, from my understanding, the legal precedent is that when they take your money, the reason they take your money is because they proved you've made illegal money. In my file, there's no transactions of any money. So they've taken 15 million euro, and they said I made that criminally, but they have not shown where 1 lei was made criminally. So I believe I should get all my things back. I don't understand how they can remain seized. When I do that, when I'm open and loud with my lifestyle, I'm not doing it to try and upset anybody. I'm actually trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to inspire people because I am now one of the most influential men on the planet, and all the young men of the world are very interested in me. I have a platform now, and I try and inspire hard work and diligence and discipline in all of the young men who watch me. It's very difficult to have 100% of people like you. I don't like 100% of people. So why do I expect 100% of people to like me? That's fine, but I know what I'm teaching. I'm teaching discipline, and I'm teaching these young boys to go to the gym, work hard, go to school, listen to their parents, do as they're told, follow God, reject pornography, and don't play video games all day, and reject all this insanity woke think, and to get as rich as possible because the male imperative is to move the world with money and be financially successful. And the reason I show my wealth is because it inspires young boys. If you're 16 or 17 years old, They're inspired by me because my wealth is so obvious, right? I show it.
Is your mom worried about your situation now?
Well, mothers worry.
I know.
And she does worry, but she knows she has a very strong son, and she knows that I've never had an easy life. I don't come from a rich family. I think maybe some people misunderstood this. They think that me and Tristan are rich boys from a rich family, throw us in jail and we're gonna panic. And we're from homeless shelters, and we're from the worst area of Luton. We're from the worst area of the worst town in England, which is far more dangerous than Bucharest. We're from the streets, effectively, and we grew up very hard. And she knows that we are made for difficult situations, and she has faith in her capabilities of her sons. And I think that's also a fantastic thing for a mother to have, to look at her sons and go, wow, at least they're, men. So she's worried, but she knows that we're capable.
Did she ask you if you raped someone?
Oh, of course not, because she knows it's a lie.